I want to start this final Payback episode with a phone call between Tyler and Lina.
Tyler.
So, you made the rush.
Don't act surprised. You always knew I would.
This isn't some barrio street race with Jess and the boys, Tyler. This is the real world. Being the best just isn't good enough. Believe me, I tried.
You never could beat me back then, Lina. And despite all the money, despite the house at your back, you still can't beat me now.
Everything's a race with you, Tyler.
Always been, always will.
I'll do more than beat you. I'll destroy you.
How curious of her. We'll get into that, but for now, the moment of truth. The Outlaws Rush is coming up next.
Looks like you made it to the starting line after all.
And I'm here to take you down.
Oh, Tyler. Every driver here is out to crush you. Every cop in the city is after your blood. You're just another loser standing in my way. And you're about to run out of luck.
You see, that's where you're wrong. This has never been about luck.
This game has only been about luck.
Jess, Mac, this is it.
You got this, Ty. Good luck.
It's like I told Navarro. Luck ain't got nothing to do with it.
Oh, he is so full of it.
This is it, racers. The Outlaws Rush is on!
This race is broken down into multiple parts, and thankfully, if you fail one, you don't have to start the whole thing over.
Drones up in the air. I'll let you know if Lina tries to pull anything.
These guys are the top racers in the country. Just remember, all you need to qualify for the next round is to place in the top half.
Thanks, Jess. But there's only one way I ever do this. I race to win.
I hope you didn't think I was gonna play fair, Morgan.
Tied up, heads up. House and forces headed your way.
Nothing I can't handle.
I hope so, bro. I recognize some of those cars.
I'll give you 3 guesses which 3 rich assholes we're fighting against.
Holtzman, Vasile, Nova, take him out.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, look! Nobody's still trying to save the world.
Mr. Morgan, are you ready to be taken out? The collector called in a demolition job, and I'm here to deliver.
Oh, this does not look good. We've got trouble incoming, and it's headed straight for Tyler Morgan.
Can I just say Natalia is not scoring any points for women drivers? I'm honestly ashamed. Alright, Holtzman's gone too, and that Russian guy was always a poser anyway.
You're doing great, Ty. You're first halfway through the first leg.
Hey, kid, just calling to say break a leg. Well, not literally, obviously.
Thanks.
Just be sure to win, okay? Because if I lose my casino, I will actually break both your legs. Just kidding! I'm not kidding at all. Actually, win the goddamn race.
I love Marcus so much, you have no idea.
Tyler is in first place despite some heavy interference from the house. As long as he stays in the top half, he will qualify for the next leg. The street race to the observatory is only the first of 3 legs in the Outlaws Rush. And if you think this one is tough, racers, wait until you see the off-road section coming up.
Almost at the observatory.
You're in the lead and your off-road car is waiting. Go, go, go!
I'm gonna spoil it. The off-road section is absolutely terrible. I failed numerous times, and for the sake of brevity, you will only see the winning run.
Tyler Morgan takes the first leg of the Outlaws Rush.
What are you waiting for? Finish him. Call in other crews then. What do you mean they're all taken out?
I swear she has more anger issues than I do.
Call in our friends on the force. Make sure no one gets through except our man.
The racers have switched to their off-road setups. Things are about to get dirty, just the way I like it. And they're off down the dirt road.
Uh-oh, Ty, you've got cops incoming. Lots of cops.
Wouldn't be a house-sponsored race without a fix.
We have instructions to pursue Tyler Morgan only. Ignore all other vehicles.
They just tried to kill switch me. Didn't work.
Yes! The countermeasure worked!
Of course it did. Those circuits won't last though, so better get rid of those cops fast. Should last you this leg at least.
Matt, these cops are being a real pain in the ass right now.
Just hold on until the airfield. We've got a little surprise in store for them.
And this next scene actually does rip off Too Fast, Too Furious. Just watch this.
Matt, I'm here with Fortune Valley's entire police force on my ass.
Got him, guys. Go get him.
League 73 to the rescue.
3 Amber Militia checking in.
So yes, every other crew we beat during the game becomes one big police distraction. Hooray!
We'll keep hitting those cops until it chases down the trail.
We got your back, bro.
Graveyard shift checking in. We got la policía on the run from Braxton through New Haven Lake. This is Riot Club. We've got the cops chasing their own tails downtown. Go win that race, big brother. Fighting!
Noise bomb coming in hot. We're tearing it up in Silver Canyon. Silver 6 in the barrio. We got the cops pinned down here and shaking in their boots. Take it home, Lil Ty.
Armor 22 Control, we got multiple code 3s across the county and downtown requesting immediate backup. Situation is volatile and escalating quickly.
You can sort that out later. Send all available units after Morgan.
With all due respect, man, we have multiple reckless drivers endangering public property all over the place. The situation is critical.
Copy, Armor 22. Code red. All available units in districts 1 to 4. Top priority is to restrain all rogue drivers. Let's get Fortune Valley under control.
Nice to see we got plenty of friends in the valley.
Go hit you, bro. Now, go and win this thing.
There's just no stopping on that Tyler. He's in the top 3 despite heavy police interference. Tyler is in the top 3 as we near the finish line in the off-road lane. He can still pull this off. Whoever takes first place in the second leg of the Outlaws Rush will go on to race head-to-head against last year's champion. Will it be Tyler? According to your magic curator, signs are pointing to yes.
You're doing good, Ty. We'll cheer for you, buddy.
Thanks for the assist, Max.
Like I said, this was the winning attempt, and damn was it close.
And Tyler Morgan takes the off-road leg of the Outlaws Rush.
They got pulled away? How many? Everyone?
Aha, most wanted reference.
You know what? It doesn't matter. I'll take him down myself.
Wait, we have a last-minute replacement. How is this even allowed? Replacing last year's champion in the final leg of the Outlaws Rush. Lina Navarro.
If they didn't do it this way, this game would absolutely suck.
win this. So, it's down to you and me, Navarro.
You've seen the kind of tech we have in our cars. You've got no chance.
Cheat all you want. I'll still win. You know, I still remember you back in the barrio, racing with Jess and the boys. You had real skills. Now you can't win a race without fixing it.
The game was always rigged against people like you and me, Morgan. I wasn't gonna let myself be some flashy thing they can own. I chose to join the winners.
And I choose to fight.
This is why I had to sell out your crew, Tyler. You were my ticket out of the barrio.
And you're finally gonna pay for it.
Getting into this race was impressive, but you never stood a chance. You're just the last in a long series of speed bumps on my way to the top.
We'll see about that at the finish line.
Lina, you told me you can handle this. Yet here we are.
I am handling this.
No, I'll take care of this myself.
What do you mean?
Congratulations, Morgan. You're on your way to beat my racer.
Looks like it.
Morgan, I can use some of your talent in the house. You'll be the top racer in town, and rich beyond your wildest dreams.
But there's a catch, right?
A small one. You have to lose the race.
You can't replace me. I gave you this city.
And you're gonna lose me the whole thing because you're a damn vendetta.
Tyler Morgan is in the lead, friends. This could be it.
It's not too late, Morgan. All you have to do is lose.
You know... Yeah, to hell with this. Bye-bye, Fortune Valley.
And Lina Navarro wins the Outlaws Rush. It's over.
Ah, damn it.
He sounds so nonchalant, you think he actually was on his way to his villain arc.
Oh, Tyler. What have you done?
It was just a prank, bro. Relax. That's what restarts are for.
You can't replace me. I gave you this city.
And you're gonna lose me the whole thing because you're a damn vendetta.
Thanks for the offer. Pass.
Come on, Morgan. What do you want? Fame? Fortune? Lena's head on a platter. Name it. It's yours.
I want you to give me everything you've got. So when you lose, I'll know it's because I was better.
This is not over.
Tyler Morgan is in the lead, friends. This could be it.
It's not too late, Morgan. All you have to do is lose.
Come on, Tyler. Cards are coming down.
Yes, yes, yes!
Tyler Morgan defeats Lina Navarro and wins the Outlaws Rush with Silver Ride.
There are not that many spectators. What the frick? I guess street racing just isn't popular. Maybe fixing races wasn't a big deal after all.
Oh yeah!
Yes! Boom! World's greatest right here.
Where are you?
Your damn wagers ruined us, Navarro. It's gonna take all I have just to survive this. The house is done with the streets, and we are done with you.
You can't. I've worked too hard for this.
Everything you achieved, I've given you. Now, I'm taking it away.
Take me down, and you'll burn with me. You know how much I've got on you? On all of you!
I should never have trusted you. I will not make that mistake again.
And she was never heard from again. That's so unfortunate.
So, Ty, we won the rush and took down the house. What's the next job?
I have an idea.
Whoa! No way!
But first, race to the airfield.
Really?
Is that a trace of fear? I get it. I'm a champion now. I'd be scared too.
Oh, you are so on.
Well, people, if you stuck along with the series to the very end, allow me to give you my sincerest gratitude. I don't think I would continue doing this if I felt like it was all getting lost in a vacuum. As long as I continue to see some feedback here and there, this is gonna keep going along. Now, this is the part of the video where I'm supposed to give my final thoughts on the game, but considering this game is part of a much grander series, whether it wants to be or not, there's a little bit of housekeeping we need to do here. At the end of these credits is a post-story scene, but I'm not going to show it, because if you want to see it, you should absolutely play this game yourself. My playthrough took approximately 12 hours this time around, and a lot of stuff ended up on the cutting room floor, so you would still be incentivized to play this game and see all the parts that were left out. Not to mention, not only is this game free on EA Play, it tends to go on sale for as little as $3 multiple times throughout the year. Seriously, the DLC of the Chevrolet Colorado alone literally cost me as much as the game itself does when it's on sale. But what I will tell you about that post-credit scene is that it sets up for a sequel that, unfortunately, was never going to come. And that's the bigger problem with Need for Speed on the whole. Back in the day, Need for Speed games tended to flow into one another. My first Need for Speed game was Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit on the original PlayStation 1. Need for Speed 4 High Stakes built upon its predecessor, and even included many of the cars and tracks from the prior game, almost like an expansion pack. Same thing kinda goes on with Underground, Underground 2, Most Wanted 2005, and Carbon. It was always hinted that your main character started street racing in Palmont, left due to being falsely accused of betraying your friends, started over in Olympic City with a new identity, then relocated to Bayview, then Rockport, before returning to Palmont to settle the score. But after that, it gets a bit more muddled. Undercover was its own story. Hot Pursuit 2010 had no story. The Run was its own story. Rivals was its own story. And 2015 was its own story. And we don't talk about certain games like Shift, Nitro, Most Wanted 2012, because those are all pretty irrelevant to the fanbase. But then Payback comes out, ties back directly to Pro Street, indirectly to Most Wanted 05 and Carbon, and makes callouts to every other NFS game that has existed. This should have been a slam dunk for EA and Ghost Games, but it wasn't. It got mixed reviews when it released, it needed content updates and fixes during its lifecycle, and a lot of players were turned away by the game's microtransactions. So when the game ends on a literal cliffhanger with the Arkwright files, you'd think the next game would answer that. Sadly, when Need for Speed Heat came out, it had literally nothing to do with Arkwright, and it had a worse story. And apparently post-game development stalled after only a year because Ghost Games was migrated into EA Gothenburg and began working a support role on Battlefield 2042 alongside Criterion Games. And then Criterion was put in charge of NFS Unbound with no ties to the story of Payback or the story of Heat, and then they too were put back on development of Battlefield, to where at the time of this video's creation, there is no guarantee we will see another Need for Speed game. Seriously, what the hell happened? Honestly, I don't know if it's just you don't know what you've got until it's gone, but this game deserved a lot more love than it ultimately got. The things which stuck out to me most were the compelling story, the police chases being a lot better than other NFS games of the Ghost era, and the vehicle handling wasn't too bad even if the crash cam was a bit overzealous, which I should point out has been that way since 2015 and is still that way in Unbound. Another reason why I will not play that game. As far as criticisms, I only have a few. Off-road was honestly terrible from start to finish. Throughout all of the off-road events, literally all of them, I collided with everything that could possibly be collided with, and things you shouldn't have been able to collide with, like invisible walls and what have you. And the worst was the second leg of the Outlaws Rush, because I kept hitting rock formations on one side of the track. That alone was screwing me over. I failed that leg of the race 5 or 6 times, and got so frustrated I literally had to stop recording and take a break for an hour to clear my head. But I won't be too harsh about that because other racing games have similar problems with off-road. Forza Horizon, for example, is laughable in that regard. I would say the crew does off-road the best in this day and age, but that's honestly not really saying much. And the final criticism is more of a personal one, and it has to do with Lina. So at the start of this video, I pointed out a phone call between her and Tyler. You can tell in her tone she's almost pleading with him at that point. And it's interesting because it implies that Lina still has lingering sympathy towards the crew that she betrayed at the start of the game. Even at the very end, I don't think she ever really hated Tyler or his crew. So it's a little bit extreme for the game to go the route of, she failed the Collector, now she deserves to die. Arrested? Sure. But it's like, think of other villains in the NFS series. Sergeant Cross went too far in Most Wanted 05 and he loses his job, only to come back as a bounty hunter. He then earns some redemption and changes from a villain to an anti-hero. They could have done the same thing with Lina's characterization, but the problem with Ghost games that I've noticed is that they were always very trigger-happy with their characters, and I mean that rather literally in Need for Speed Heat, for example. Even Need for Speed Rivals, which Ghost Games worked on in collaboration with Criterion, ended with one of the two protagonists dying, or at the very least presumed dead. And I'll probably do an actual Rival Story playthrough sometime this year. I don't know. As the player and as a content creator, I feel like I'm kind of in a bad position here. I loved this game, and I loved Need for Speed on the whole, but I feel like this was the final good Need for Speed game. I've said this many times, but I simply will not play Heat on my channel ever, and Unbound did not sell me in the literal 90 minutes I managed to tolerate of it. The only ways I'd continue to play Need for Speed from here on out would be either to play whichever older games I still have access to, or if the really old games get 20-year remasters, but that's really it. It's sad considering I pride myself as a racing VTuber, and I just don't know where to go from here. Anyway, I've talked your ear off. Again, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next series.